All right, Schlockmeister fans, continuing with the six-pack volume 1, we're going to watch something here called The TONGFATHER. Let's check it out. Our film starts with what looks like trouble.
What's the matter, huh? The matter is that your spying days are over as of now.
So there's an opium ring.
Real pros, if you ask me. I'd say they're supplying half the world by now. Until 5 days ago, we had a man named Spade working undercover on it. His cover was blown to pieces. Now he's dead. That's why I wanted you to come in. You're going to take over his job. Listen, young, I want this ring smashed, and I don't care how the hell you do it.
It's just the kind of stunt that his gang would pull.
Yes? You're pretty intelligent for a man that just got caught with a goods friend.
Now you listen. Tashan is running this town. And if you butt in, he'll have your head.
Bastards! I'm sick and tired of kidding around with you this way. Buddy!
There's a lot of fighting in this movie. In fact, it's, I don't want to say it's non-stop, but it's virtually non-stop. I guess he won the fight.
You should have stayed in a little league.
Very well. Fine. Oh, your sister is hard at work, I see. Hello. You ought to sit down.
Bag was cleaned out. We think you know who's responsible.
Yes. I know it was Chang who is no longer with us, Mr. Lee. I came to apologize. Have you come to do more than apologize?
Time for somebody to get punished. Yeah, he just broke his own leg.
Well, that sure looks like their number one.
Does look like our boy, all right. Now, what we gotta do is...
That's the boss, I believe. Which leads to yet another fight. This is the boss, Mr. Ting.
Mr. Ting. Mr. Ting. What is it? You have a visitor, sir.
You know the man. Oh, a special agent. I see. That's what you are. Bullseye. You and a cigar, though you're all through smuggling any more opium across the border, Mr. Ting.
Yeah, our hero here has what's called the hands of death. If he hits you just right, he can kill you with one punch.
You're dead.
Really?
What'd you do with Mr. Ting?
Oh, he died right away.
Kill him.
This lady's about to become our next victim. Our hero is now disguised as a blind masseuse. Those hands of death. He's good.
On you. You blind idiots!
On your way. Get down. Get down. Halt! Stop!
Fighting continues. There's the briefest of brief nude scene just prior to this scene here. Obviously, I can't show you that.
I'm calling you from Mr. Shantz.
Alex,
Uh-huh.
how are you?
Well, not too well, Uncle. The situation was pretty bad over here.
What situation?
It's... Well, you see, there's 2 new agents in town who are going around killing all our men off left and right. Mr. Shant isn't here. So I was put in charge, but the whole thing's coming apart. I just can't stay here any longer. I want to come to your house.
Alright, I think he is now in Mr. Ting's lair. And he's taking on all comers. This man doesn't lose. Mr. Ting and his minions. He doesn't seem overly concerned by our hero.
That's right.
Well, the minions are going to get first crack at him. And we know who's going to win because this man doesn't lose. Other men lose. Other men lose their teeth. And that's his number 1. And he ain't gonna make it. After a brief stare down, inevitable fight. Then Mr. Ting goes down because, as we know, our hero doesn't lose. And that's our movie. All right, what can I tell you about this movie, The Tongfather? Not a whole hell of a lot, to be honest with you. Second time in my life I've seen this. First time was 5 years ago or so when I reviewed it the first time. Didn't think a whole lot of it back then, and don't have much of an opinion of it now. Same thing. It is pretty violent, though. What we have here, very simple story. There's this agent, a Chinese agent, who has to try to shut down some opium ring. So he basically goes after the bad guy who's in charge of this opium ring. That's the entire plot, and that's really what happens in this movie. Not much more than that. He just goes from place to place, chop-sockeying everybody he can, beating up everybody, killing people indiscriminately, just to try to get to this final boss. Kind of like a video game, really, where he's just going up level after level after level, beating the lower guys, and then finally reaching the big guy at the end. There was a funny scene in the movie where this one guy broke his own leg when one of his minions didn't do right. So he felt guilty or whatever, so he broke his own leg to punish himself, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, the bottom line is, near the end of this movie, our hero here, this agent, goes into this one room, and there's like 3 or 4 minions along with the main guy, whose name I can't remember at this point, Ting or something like that. And he ends up beating the crap out of the guys first, and then he's left just one-on-one, him and the boss. And the two of them go at it. At first, it looks like the boss isn't going to fight, but all of a sudden he like leaps at him, and he sort of flies. Which, you know, sometimes these chop suey movies sometimes defy the laws of physics, the way these people move from place to place, and that's kind of what happened here. They get into a big fight, and ultimately it was kind of like a weird ending. Like, they were still in the middle of a fight, and all of a sudden, like, our hero like came down and chopped him like in the chest or something, and he fell out of a window, and we saw him falling, and then we just don't really see the aftermath. All we see is like a train going down the track, and yeah, so I guess he died going out the window. Now, but that's how it ended, kind of ambiguously like that. Now, I should point out that there's an alternate title of this movie called Hands of Death. And apparently, even though it's not really pointed out or even stated in this movie, but our hero has hands of death. He can punch you with one punch. It's the right punch, a hard punch right in the chest, and it will kill you instantly, or in the back. It will kill you. His punches are that powerful, I guess, or they destroy your insides, whatever. It kind of reminds me of that Simpsons episode from, like, Jesus Christ, 30-some years ago, where Bart said he had the fingers of death or something like that, or that's kind of what this was. But anyway, that's The Tongfather, otherwise known as Hands of Death. It's a Chinese film, or Taiwanese, something like somewhere over there in Asia, Eastern Asia. And yeah, again, it is very, very violent. There's a lot of death in this movie. So if you're a fan of these types of films, and I'm really not, although I do have several films like this, but if you are a fan of these films, you'll probably enjoy this one too. It's pretty much nonstop action, constant chopping and fighting, and of course the exaggerated sounds when a punch is made, which does not sound realistic by any means whatsoever, but it is what it is. So that's The Tongfather. I got nothing else to tell you about it. It's available on the 6-pack Volume 1 disc here. I don't know if it's been released on any other DVDs, cheap DVDs. Not the greatest quality print, that's for sure. They didn't do anything to clean this up. It's kind of like Code Red, had a bunch of stuff laying around and just said, fuck it, I'm just going to throw these onto one disc. You guys can watch them if you want to. And I did. These 6-packs, they made 3 of these, Volume 1, 2, and 3. When I picked these up about 5 years ago, they were pretty pricey. They were about an average of $50 a piece. It was kind of like, I think I bought like one for around $55. The second one was about $10 less, and the third one was about $10 less than that. So maybe spent, $120, $130 to track these 3 things down, because apparently, from what I read, Code Red only made 500 copies each of the volumes, so they're pretty scarce. So if you want them, you're gonna have to look for them, and you might pay a little more than you would want to. But some of the films on these volumes are not bad. Some of them aren't great, so whatever. But anyway, check it out. Leave some comments. Let me know what you think about Hands of Death, otherwise known as The Tongfather. Watch it. Bye.